so we're back. You know it's bad in Chicago when it's we're talking about the weather, but you know it's bad when it feels like it is 10 degrees below what I experienced when I went to Vegas in July for FanFest. Anyway, it's in the 70s now. It can be. But yeah, stay hydrated and stay safe and look out for your pets, guys. We're probably in for a really bad summer. If it's this hot this early in the summer, it's gonna be really bad this year, I think. And that's the other reason why I had to get my AC in, because Saya and Luca weren't really eating much, and as soon as the AC was out, Luca actually, like, showed up. And with him especially, I need to, like, make sure he's eating, so when he isn't eating, I know whether it's because he's hot and isn't hungry, or if it's the cancer. Which, fortunately, he seems to be doing okay with. He's taking his medicine. His follow-up appointment is in August. Oh. I'm on the wrong chat thing. Hang on. There we go. Now we've got the foogies. Now we're cooking with foogies. I mean... Anyway. I'm out of things to do to keep the masses entertained while we recruit. If anybody wants to join in on Arc Build, Medjetta E is the person recruiting right now, because I had to restart my computer.
Yeah, I should pass that back.
You probably should, yeah. In which case, you'll be looking for Shizune Dad's car on Ether. Oh, I know it'll be fun. If I is able to join us, I can tell the story that I told during the ad break all over again and listen to him be horrified.
Here's your old PF text in copy-pastable form.
Thank you. It is just the same. I wish there was a way to, like, copy and paste things as, like, text macros in 14. Because I literally have used the same, or, like, basically the same party recruitment macro, message, the entire time I've been streaming this game.
I think you had your
when I was doing things
there,
undersized.
I think when it was undersized,
I did include undersized in there.
I think it was an alliance raid the first time I did it, because I only knew the Discord from the stream chat, I think.
I mean, unless you tripped over me on Bluesky or Tumblr, yeah, that would be how you'd find the Discord.
No, it was raw.
Unless you found my streams.
I remember it was from a Party Finder listing. I went, like, for a minimum level, minimum item level alliance raid, I am always here for. That's the best. That's the best. That's the best. Nobody does it. But
I really want to, at some point, get a group together to redo the A Realm Reborn alliance raids, because we did those
Crystal
with 18
Tower,
people.
Yeah.
And I want to try doing them with
Tower,
15 or 12.
Yeah.
The first time I did this, we tried to do Labyrinth of the Ancients with 12 people, and I think if we had people who were a little, like, if people had been a little more on top of the mechanics in the dragon fight, we maybe could have cleared it.
Is 12 is what you need for pads, right?
I believe so. It requires like alternating because you need 4. Yeah.
Boss. No,
oh,
no,
for that I'm not
Atmos,
sure.
For the last boss.
That I'm not
I forget
completely
if you
sure
need 12
about.
or 15.
Well, there's one way to find out. We do know that the second Alliance raid in Endwalker needs more than 12, because otherwise you don't meet the DPS check.
There are a couple ways to find out. The one that I would go for is just check Wrath's pod of Crystal Tower, because boy, would it be frustrating to go through all of Crystal Tower with 12 and then be like, oh, by the way, it's impossible.
I've had that idea before. I just haven't gotten around to doing it.
Y'all know Wrath games, right?
Yes. I'm still absolutely baffled, and I need to know how he cleared Seed of Sacrifice. What the fuck?
Do you want to know, or do you just want to?
Yes, no, I want to know. It's been driving me nuts.
So I'll start with what people who aren't really that interested just assumed he was going to do. Like, I know people were still mad that he didn't stop the run at Crystal Tower. I'm like, but that wouldn't be interesting. But the assumption would be like, okay, well, like, he'll have 7 other solo unis, so they can tank LB3. No, that's not interesting. So the thing is, the QTE reses everyone, and there's no death wall until phase 2 starts. So you can't have someone just kill themselves or like go in dead and then get rezzed, so like they're in the res invulnerability during the LB4. Unless some job had a button to kill itself that didn't require a death wall.
Wait,
so Solo Savior picked up Blue Mage.
Oh.
For self-destruct. And so if you have a Blue Mage self-destruct and then someone with a res, whether it's a healer or summoner or red mage, reses that Blue Mage. So I actually don't think they can be up and like with the invulnerability buff. They have to be mid-res animation when the damage from the unmitigated limit break goes out.
Interesting.
They will still be alive. This is actually how people cleared remember how Circus Tower was bugged when Dawn Trail came out? And like the ice blocks that Ammon put out weren't spawning? People cleared Circus Tower Ultimate by res scamming it. I mean, they could do it just with having someone normally be dead, but that res scam gets by absolute hard, unmitigable kill statuses.
Interesting.
So he had Solo Savior become a Blue Mage, and then step 1 was figure out can a red mage even survive phase 1 actually solo with the Blue Mage on the ground? The answer was no. A red mage, because he wanted to do it synced first. Like the fewest number of concessions he can make is the goal. Like the closest to true solo is the objective. It wouldn't be interesting to go in with 8 people unsynced. Like that's bad. But red mage couldn't survive the tank buster. So he did the math, he did experimentation, and found out that Sage can survive the tank buster in phase 1 if and only if all healing buffs possible are active, and he got a crit on Eucratian Diagnosis.
Oh, wow.
Like the plan was land that crit at exactly the right moment.
Question, because I haven't really paid attention to Dark Knight since before the Living Dead changes,
Yeah.
could they not have used Living Dead the same way that they were using Blue Mage? Just not heal and then let the tank die?
Because Living Dead doesn't kill you. For Living Dead to kill you, you have to have actually hit 1 HP. Right? So if everyone gets rezzed after QTE, Dark Knight could hit Living Dead, and then Living Dead's 10-second timer would run out, and the Dark Knight would still be at full health, and nothing would happen.
Okay.
Right?
So
the way that Living Dead kills you
not Living
is
Dead. Oh my god, I'm stupid. No, I got how the invulns work. I was thinking, could you not do the same thing with the oh shit button? The Gunbreaker. There we go. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, so that one, first of all, old Super Blide put you to 1 HP.
I know.
But that doesn't kill you.
But then couldn't you have the boss kill you before it? Because I'm trying to remember, isn't there a certain amount of time between when the limit break goes out?
So the sequence of events is that you clear phase 1, you get the QTE.
Yep.
Everyone needs to pass a QTE, so everyone gets rezzed. So everyone has to do the QTE and everyone has to pass. Then you're back in the boss arena, and the boss is there, untargetable, and like the LB4 bar starts filling.
Oh, that's when it happens?
During that
Why
time,
did I think that
there is no you might be thinking about the extreme.
Oh, maybe.
Where the extreme has an ads phase instead of the QTE.
Correct.
But and it doesn't revive everyone.
It's been so long since I've done.
So
okay, it may just be ADHD goldfish memory.
No.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of screwy stuff about it. You know, the extreme, you can actually skip the LB4. Like you can get the kill before ads phase. You need a lot of DPS. You need good timing. But technically the EX is like normally clearable with no tank. Go in one healer.
So eventually someday it'll be totally be doable for somebody to just solo farm it for like mountain hammer the way we do with the Aromaborn ones.
Yes. Yeah,
I said someday eventually.
Warrior should be able to do it first, because you still need to pass the first mech. The first mechanic sets you to 1 HP, and if you don't full heal, you die. Like the first mech living deads you. Like I think the debuff is even called True Living Dead. It's hilarious.
But that means healers and Red Mage will be able to solo it too.
The what now?
On Paladin, you can what? If with your Confedier and your Divine Veil and a Clemency, you can heal yourself.
Yeah, you can heal yourself. Warrior can heal itself. No problem. That part's
already passable.
Healers, Red Mage will be able to solo it eventually.
Well, I guess actually Dark Knight gets to clear it really trivially, because just Living Dead, when True Living Dead comes out, you'll get hit once and then you'll full heal yourself.
Amazing. So it's it would really come down to ranged Fizz would have trouble with it because the only recovery skill we have, unless they change things, or super buff Second Wind is Second Wind. Wait.
Even super buff Second Wind, I don't think ever gets to do it, because you do need to get to 100%.
Wait, okay, but here's the thing. It just occurred to me. I don't know about if this is going to be a universal thing for the other ranged Fizz jobs, but unless Koji Fox mistranslated, he mentioned that Bard was getting an HP regen skill. So unless he was mistranslating the effect of Nature's Mina, which I don't think would be something he of all people would do.
Actually, you just raised a really good point. There is no way to predict who will ever get to do anything far in the future, because like who knows like what any evolved shop is gonna look like.
I know. Well, here's okay. Like,
eventually, in theory, Sea to Sacrifice Extreme will be solo farmable.
Eventually, will, if the game exists for long enough, it will just, we will just reach a point where people can solo Seed of Sacrifice and just kill it before the Living Dead thing, like, actually becomes an issue.
Yeah, just one tap. Yeah, it was fine enough. But anyway, so Seed of Sacrifice normal. Of course, that's not possible. It's I tried it in a party finder. He does, if you get him down to 0.1% in the middle of a cast, he just hard HP gates. Like Gaius. Gaius does the same thing in Praetorium. So anyways, there's no damage that goes out between the Forced Res and the LB4. So Blue Mage blows himself up. Sage reses him. And then phase 2 is extremely aggressive. I don't know if you remember how many stacks there are, but there's a lot. So kind of unfortunately, phase 2 involves him having to actively use both characters. Like the LB2, right?
Oh, so he's doing this with 2 characters. I didn't realize that. I thought he had somebody somebody else who was soloing to help him out.
No, he's multi-boxing. He's multi-boxing, and it's not against TOS because he is having to manually switch which client he's sending inputs to every time. So like he's basically alt tabbing.
It's either that or he's sitting at a desk with 2 computers.
Yeah. But no, he is.
Which, by the way, with a different...
Unfortunately for his stream quality, he is not doing that. It is barely holding together. It's so funny.
Look, as somebody, do you know how many programs I open up at the beginning of my stream that makes me be like, you know what? I get why people, do 2 PC setups for streaming. Right now, I have, besides Final Fantasy XIV on my computer, I have OBS, obviously. I have Slime 2 going, which is where I get my chat widget from. I have VBridger, even though this VTuber model doesn't necessarily warrant VBridger. I want to get used to using stuff that I'm gonna want to use when I get my full-size VTuber model. So I have VBridger running. I have VTube Studio running. I have StreamerBot running, and I have 7 programs that I open up with my Stream Deck, because for anybody who streams and has a Stream Deck or uses the Stream Deck app, the multi-action button is your friend. My multi-action button has 7 things on it, because it basically means that with the push of a button, it opens up OBS, it opens up Slime Chat, it opens up StreamerBot, it opens up VTube Studio and VBridger. It opens up a window for me. Did I never go live on YouTube? I did go live on YouTube. Okay. But it opens up my streaming interface for YouTube. So I just open everything up with 1 button, and then I have a second button that closes everything at the end of the stream so I don't forget to close stuff. And then I also use the multi-button, or the multi-page button, oh my god, multi-action button now to switch between my scenes. So that way, when... Oh, people, I didn't hear you earlier. That reminds me, when you told me that Foogies weren't working because I was on the other thing. Because I basically have things set up so that when I move over to my gaming scene, it mutes OBS. When I go to my BRB screen, it mutes OBS and my mic, and then when I go back to my game thing, it unmutes my mic. When I switch over to my I'm doing things with other people scene, it unmutes, it has my mic set to unmute and it has OBS set to unmute. So never again do I have to worry about forgetting to unmute when I come back from a break, because I'm not muting my mic. I'm using a button to or the same button I use to change scenes also unmutes my mic for me. And it repositions my VTuber model.
We love macros.
Yes. It's so funny. I originally got my Stream Deck because I was streaming Final Fantasy XIV, and like I was playing it on the PS or on my PS5, and so I kept having to get up to like do things on my computer. My computer is behind my desk or behind my couch, so I had to get up, walk around my couch, and like hit things on my computer if I needed to switch scenes or end the stream. And I wanted something a little more immediate, so I got my Stream Deck. And then I kind of stopped using it because I didn't see a point in using it on my PC. And then I saw the light. I started using it just because I wanted to, like, I was like, I spent the money on this thing, I should use it more. And then I realized, oh, there's a lot of stuff with this that I can use it for, on stream. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the the payoff of spending like annoying time to learn your tools cannot be overstated.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much work to learn some of this crap, but like, it's
some of it
like,
I learned by accident just by experimenting.
And sometimes it feels like when you finally convinced a boomer to move over to a smartphone, they're like, I don't need any of this. I don't even know what I'd use any of that for.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 6 months later, their life is entirely reshaped around the magical computer.
Because here's the thing. Before I realized that, like, I can use a multi-button to, or like, before I realized the multi-action button was there and figured out how to use it, I didn't see a whole lot of difference between me hitting a button that just like changed my scene on my Stream Deck versus just clicking on OBS.
Right, yeah. Like,
and so I forget to use it all the time.
A button that presses a button for you? Who needs that?
But a button that changes like 3 different things on my stream, that's incredible.
Exactly.
And that's how I realized, oh, that's how VTubers like move their models when they switch between their gaming scene and they're just chatting. Is they have things set up in VTube Studio to like reposition their VTuber model, and then they set it up in a multi-action thing. Or they have a button in Stream Deck and don't have it as a multi-action. But honestly, multi-action is your friend, guys.
Did you ever like manually write batch files back in the day? I mean, basically, think Final Fantasy XIV macros, but for MS-DOS.
Yeah, no.
You could just write a sequence.
You're speaking a language that I recognize the words in, and I'm just sort of trusting you to like make sense.
All right. So you could just and you can still do this in Windows. You just write a notepad file that's a sequence of text commands, like for the command prompt. And then save that text file just from Notepad, but rename it a .bat file. That'll just run those commands in the command prompt in sequence when you press that. So
when I have to use command prompt,
old automation on computer.
When I have to use command prompt on my computer to like diagnose things and stuff, I still have to Google what the commands are.
I mean, so do I, right? And I get sick of doing that. And so if there's something I need to do frequently enough in command prompt, I write a batch file, and then like that becomes an icon on my desktop that does that command prompt stuff. One of my my stupid freaking Corsair program that runs all my mouse binds. IQ loves to crash.
Yeah, I know.
Loves to crash.
My mouse and my keyboard, and before I replaced my headset because of the smoking incident, we're all Corsair, because as kind of funky as Corsair can get, it's still better than Razer.
Yep. And Logitech stopped selling their really good MMO mouse, so what am I gonna do? And then and I think it's a SteelSeries program that I use that like handles a lot of virtual audio channels, a lot of good live mixing. It's just what I'm used to. And sometimes that crashes and it's bullshit. Yeah. So I looked up the command prompt commands and wrote a batch file that force closes the IQ process and then opens IQ. So if I'm in the middle of a duty and my mouse crashes, I can just like, okay, I'm gonna press this thing and then it'll be back. I don't have to like mess around with opening up Task Manager and whatever.
Oh, if my mouse stops working, I just unplug it and plug it back in.
Instead of trying to solve the underlying problem, yes. A lot of IT guys are yelling at me right now. Like they're not even watching the stream. They can just sense
they can just feel
that a
it
user is talking about some bullshit. But it works.
You know, if it works, it works. At some point, like, you know, the whole crashing thing that happened earlier, that's happened to me before, and I strongly suspect there may be something in my computer that if I replaced it or upgraded it, I wouldn't have a problem anymore. But in this economy?
Yeah. Yeah, I am feeling very stupid for, like, not deciding that I am sick enough of stuff and doing, like, a full computer upgrade. Years ago. I built this in like
City on Rocket Road.
2018,
Why is it not letting me
2019?
send a tell to somebody who just sent me a tell? Oh, it's because they're on Kakbar. Man, I hate that they let people send a tell to somebody who is like a party finder leader, but you can't send a tell back.
You can /R for reply.
Oh, is that how that works?
I think you can send a tell off world if and only if you include the you have to include @ and then their world capitalized.
Yeah, but like if you hit, then they should make it so that when you right click their name, you can you can reply instead of send tell.
Yeah,
because
but
that's confusing, and I
/Ring manually is the unfortunately the way to do it.
Thank you, that worked. How the fuck was I supposed to know that without you telling me? Hang on, let me add that to my list of tips for playing Final Fantasy XIV.
Do you... I have an answer to how you were supposed to know that. You're not going to like it. I don't like it either. In the macros screen, there is a button to click that lists all the text commands in the entire game.
Let's pretend for a minute.
And you can just read through it.
Let's pretend for a minute that I've been...
intent.
Let's pretend for a minute that I've been playing this game for 12 years and am not going to dig and have ADHD and am therefore not going to dig through all of that every time they update the game, especially when I make a point of reading patch notes.
No, we don't have to pretend that. Let's pretend that you're a normal human being. Would you ever find that out?
Okay, but my point is, even as an invested player, let's pretend that I'm an invested player of this game who's been playing it for 12 years. Yeah. Thought I knew this shit already, and then they changed something and didn't tell me.
The other answer is like you go. I guess you go to the list of text commands on Console Games Wiki. I do that a lot. But yeah,
I do that sometimes, but I have to know that I need to do that to do that.
There's no reason to know like any of the text commands unless you're writing a macro right now. It's ridiculous.
Hang on, adding this to the list of tips from a Final Fantasy XIV vet videos that I want to do.
I don't even know how I found out about it. It's just like... Probably at some point, I was like, there has to be an easy way to just reply to a tell. And then, like, well, you've seen the meme. The most valuable research skill is being a nosy bitch who wants to find out.
Well, yes, but the alternate side of that...
Having the thought of, surely this is in the game, and then, like, go and find out through third-party resources if it's in the game. I am not defending this user experience.
But, like, okay, because, like, one thing I tend to say to people a lot is, you don't know what you don't know, by which I mean, like, if you don't know something and you don't know that you don't know that thing, you're not going to know that you need to seek out the answer.
Yep, there are known unknowns and unknowns unknowns. 100%.
But yeah.
And yeah,
which is also why it's shitty to be mad at people for not knowing something.
Being able to intuit that you don't know something is that's magic. That is magic when you pull that off. That is, I feel like that is maybe the majority of feeling smart, is when you have the sense that, I wonder if this is a thing that one could find out.
Yeah, well, in this case, it was like, surely they wouldn't make it so that you could send a tell to somebody on another server, because they're a party leader and party finder, and then not give them a way to reply.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's pull off the infomercial classic. There has to be a better way. And then Billy Mays shows up to tell you about /r. Yo, show.
But yeah, anyway, since we're 8 people, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Because I've drunk so much water today.
Good job.
Because it's been like, yeah, because I got heat stroke. So before we hit 8 people, I am going to run away. Maybe my absence will summon the 8th. Because I might have cutscenes that I can do to fill the party.
Oh,
damn it! No! Okay, I'll go after.
Get wrecked. No, you go
now.
No,
it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to go that bad.
Come on now.
No, it's fine.
Drink water.
I did drink water. That's the problem. That's why I'm in this situation to begin with.
Listen, I'm gonna go get water, so
fine,
I won't click
commence. Fine.
So you have to go take care of your stuff.
Ah! Karama Faint 7, thank you so much for the follow. Hello. Oh, it's Nyx. Hello, Nyx. All right, yeah, I'll be right back because I'm being bullied into engaging in proper self-care. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Wrong one. All right, I'm back. Also, Nyx, or anybody else, Oh, I only have like 2 slots in this thing left. I'm gonna have to clean it up at some point.
They gotta make.
Oh, you're quiet. Oh, there you are.
It's crazy.
Huh?
Oh, am I?
You're better now.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't know what happened. I changed nothing. I'll level with you. I was done getting water before you went to BRB.
Oh my god, you
But I didn't say anything.
Bully!
I did get water. I did get water.
Good for you! Still a bully!
Listen, I'm not a babysitter, but I play one on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need to either make Crossroad link shells bigger or make fellowships useful.
They should just, okay, no, here's what they should do, is just take the features of a fellowship.
Yesterday.
They need to take the features of fellowship, just add them to free companies and change the fellowship finder into a free company finder. What are fellowships? Good question.
I got a fellowship invite yesterday. I was standing around Olda, minding my own business. I got a jump scare fellowship invite. I have never seen one. I didn't know you could fellowship invite in game. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was like lodestone only. But nope, I got a fellowship invite, and it was a fellowship specifically for gay cat boys.
Ah.
And I was like,
Happy
damn,
Pride, everybody.
Damn, I like immediately. I got immediately clocked. Damn.
Which reminds me, there we go. It's all set up.
Yo, we got a Mine Coils gamer here. Actually, I do want to at some point.
Then vote for Realm Reborn when I do the polls for for the Savage Raid stuff. Oh, right. I need to go over to trials.
Okay, that's not technically Savage, though.
Technically, it is. It's Savage difficulty.
Only one tier is Savage.
That's different.
Yeah,
no, okay. But, like, Coils are Savage difficulty because the whole reason they added story mode because back in Realm Reborn, you had so many people who were mad that they locked such an important piece of story behind such difficult content.
I've done first tier synced. There are some hard fights. It is not modern Savage.
But as we have seen from even me doing
this is a very good party chat. They thought mine meant the loot belongs to the party leader.
Nah. Cute, but
that's very cute. And it's very cute that they joined.
Hang on, I'll turn down this music in a second so I can still hear you talk and me think. I love you, Final Fantasy XIV, but please learn how to balance. Granted, or, sorry, let me rephrase that. Think of the streamers, Square Enix. But no, okay, like, the thing is, even, like, when you level sync and do things min-item level, it's not quite the same as on release.
Yeah, it's not.
Just because stat balancing has changed, skills have changed, So, like, even doing stuff mine is not going to be the same as...
the newer your job is.
Yeah. Like, there's a reason why, in order to see mechanics and stuff, I still have to do alliance raids with 15 people.
Well, nothing gets it quite as bad as alliance raids, but yeah. Alliance raids get obsoleted, like, same expansion.
But, okay, let me rephrase that. There's a reason why I still have to do dungeons with 3. Even mine. I do the trials with, like, 4 people. I do normal raids with 6 when I can help it. Hi, Shell! What's up?
But still, like, first coil is... I did in a couple hours with a party finder group. Like, it's...
Well, yeah, even
bad.
I cleared T5 back in A Realm Reborn. I cleared up to T9 in A Realm Reborn, and then... Or no, I think T9 may have been, ironically, where I hit a wall. And I say ironically because there were people who would just carry people through it by having them wall and just, like... Yeah, but I would never want to do that. Oh, right, I have a heal button. Ow! So much for my heal button.
Oh. I think the stack went off on you. It just didn't update where it said it was gonna go off.
Huh? Thanks, Square Enix. Did we just find a bug?
We all just stayed out of the stack because, like, who cares? Like, it's on a corpse. But I think it just gets you.
But yeah, by the way, I've only done this fight once, guys. Sorry, not sorry.
It's got a lot going on for, like, a normal trial.
Yeah. But God, do I love doing this kind of stuff, mine. I can't wait to try and do this with 6 people when Evercold comes out. Ow!
Yeah, tank priv is pretty fucking real right now.
Having fun?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Ow! I didn't even get a chance to hit my button! My button!
No, it's... Both of us tanks are sitting on 4 Vuln stacks. Like, yeah, we got enormous privilege.
Incredible. Oh, I was about to say it's a good thing that Sev isn't tanking because she likes to, like, just collect them. And then I looked at the party list and I realized, oh.
You want me to stop healing your healer?
I want you to live!
I didn't have anywhere to go.
Also, Red Mage MVP.
Easy on me.
Just saying. Ow, I was not in the right place. I didn't realize everybody else was all stacked together until it was too late.
That was a nice cover. I saw that. That saved a life.
Okay, remember this from the last time I was in here. Ow, maybe I don't, kinda do, doesn't.
The cascade explosion hitting twice in the center is just so rude.
I really like that mechanic though. I think it's fun.
It's great. It just is.
Ow.
It is very silly.
Well, I had a brief moment where I looked like I was good at this game.
I think the second Dawntrail Alliance raid has a similar cascading mechanic that like goes out and then in and then double hits when it's all the way in. It's like, no, why? Don't make me remember things. Oh right, Zeraljaw does that.
Oh, don't want to stand there. Don't want to stand there.
That was pretty much inevitable at that point.
Sometimes it's like that. It'll just...
Oh!
I see you hit 8. The full sticker collection. I'm jealous, really. Greed they wouldn't dare write about in the Bible. Unseen since near.
Hey, look, I noticed the entire party standing in the same spot in time. Oh, and then I remembered... Hi, Hux! Yeah, my problem is I've only been in here once on my main to do the quest. At some point I need to do it more because there's like stuff I want to get. I don't really care too much about the weapons, but the housing items are cute.
Push too far.
You get to have Phaline housing NPCs.
That's why I've got high hopes for the Evercold kitties as housing vendors. Like they've done a good job at adding like cool and cute vendors. I was happy when we get Loprid vendors. I did not expect Falcos.
Oh. Ow. Ah! Ow! Hi. It's okay, Nyx. We're dying together. We're all dying together.
Let's put some mitts on that red mage, huh? Just in case. Something about save the cheerleader?
Thank you!
Ah, man. my mom's sex.
Wait, no, there we go. You're good. Ow, not good. You know what? Since I'm here on the ground, let me retrieve something real quick.
Take a little break.
Dignity?
Oh, okay. I'll continue this when I die again. Almost certainly when Nada. Thank you for the heals. Have some. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I made it. I'm so dumb. Hang on. I know what I can do to make this easier on myself. There we go. Now it's on a hotkey. That is actually... Am I in trouble? Am I in trouble? Ow. Well... There we go.
You pulled out Streamer LB3.
What, the Discord?
Yeah,
or just...
show the Discord. That's Streamer LB3.
I mean... It occurred to me, instead of constantly inviting people to a link shell that only has 2 slots left, and having to start a second link shell, which I might still do anyway, might as well just be like, hey guys, the Discord is like the actual bottom of my funnel. Join that. Find out all the funky things I'm doing. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow. And subscribe. If we hit 100 subs by the end of June, I'll have to do a Phasmophobia stream. And I'm a big baby. I promise to make the old college try not to spend the entire time in the van. There you go, Nix.
Roll first.
Yeah!
We did it. Do you remember the best thing about this trial?
I get free bird?
You'll remember.
Is it the collecting?
You'll remember. It's that it has walkable geometry.
Oh, you mean the dragon? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty neat.
They didn't do that for Rathalos. It was a shame.
I wonder if this means that there's going to be like dead giants next expansion that we can just like kill and then climb on top of.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they used this tech at some point for a non-crossover thing. but it's such a core part of like the Monster Hunter post-hunt ritual, climbing on top of the monster and dancing.
I see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for the help. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go finish this quest, and then it's actually almost at 10:30, so I guess I don't need to worry about what am I gonna do for the rest of the stream. But yeah, so I will talk to you guys later.
Okay, bye.
Also, Core, thank you for teaching me about /R, because yeah. Bye. All right, move you guys back to your normal place for chat and leave the duty. Oh my god, did I just start this during an ad? No, wait, abort, stop! No! I missed the warning that an ad was about to start! Damn it. You did it! You defeated Arkveld. Now these plains will know peace once more. Yeah, they will. You know what, I'll wait until the ad is over before continuing with this. So yeah, I'll be right back. See you guys on the other side of ads. Okay, we're back. I'm so sorry, Twitch. I didn't realize that I had exited right as the ads were starting. I did not progress through the cutscene though, so we are all good. So, let's continue. You did it! You defeated Arkvel. Now these plains will know peace once more. It's thanks to you I even knew of this threat in the first place. Oh, stop it! You'll make me blush. It was nothing, really. I'm just thankful you have a hunting association in this land, too. Oh, yeah! That's Chizu. He is my... So... my whole thing as a VTuber is I am a magical girl. That's what the bit school is all about. Every time you guys hit my bit school, I either transform into my magical girl form or I change back into my civilian form. And Chizu over there is my mascot. My whole lore and like the setup for my VTuber is basically a love letter to the magical girl franchise with a lot of influences from Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura primarily. Anyway, where I'm from, the moment you issue a request, you'll have a swarm of hunters on your doorstep, itching to carry it out. The quest counter's always bustling as a result. I am also a queer romance author. Pre-debut, but I'm working on my first book. I suppose I'd better find a way back to the Forbidden Lands soon. And yet... It's not every day that you get spirited away to a vast continent like this, you know. I'd like to see the sights and speak with the people. I'll find a way back in the course of that, I'm sure of it. I wouldn't mind learning more about the myriad monsters and resources here either. I'll see where the winds take me, and I'll find out my field guide, I'll fill out my field guide as I go along. Who knows? By the time I make it home, I may have filled the whole thing. Do you think I'd be a worthy adventurer by then? Yeah. Now let me have you as a minion. Honestly, him traveling, though, is a nice setup, so that way if in the future they wanted to do another, like a third Monster Hunter collab, they could just use the same Feline and, just, like, have us encounter him elsewhere in the world. At least that's how I'd write it. The Secret gazes at the surroundings with interest. We ought to inform the Dawn Hunt folk in Toliola that we've succeeded in our hunt. Yeah! But first, one more look around, because this place is really cool. Shock Taral got super shafted in Dawn Trail. Hopefully someday we come back and get like a Fantasy Canada expansion or something. Everybody else is complaining about Dawn Trail, and I'm like, no, it was mostly fine. I think it just needed to be like, what, 10 quests longer maybe? To give them space to flesh some stuff out. Okay. Back to Tuli. Like, for those who are new, I do want to do like video essays and stuff, and one of the things I want to do, because I'm a writer, is a series I will call I Could Write It Better. And to be clear, the things that I'm going to be writing those about are things that I like. It's just there's things in them that I think could use some help. I don't plan on doing Dawn Trail until the current storyline is done. But anything between A Realm Reborn and Endwalker is fair game. I have unpopular opinions about Endwalker. Well, I say that, but then when I explain it to people, they're like, you know, I can see that. Like, I liked Endwalker. They'll be like, I liked Endwalker, but I see where you're coming from. personally, I think it was rushed and should have been 2 expansions. And I think a lot of stuff suffered because it was rushed. Anima should have been a trial. We're back! We defeated the hunt! Praise me! Reward me! Ah, so the hunt was a success. Well done indeed. Perhaps now life can return to normal for the fauna of Shaloni. By the way, we carved some scales from Arkveld's hide. Would you be able to craft anything from them? It'd be an awful waste to leave them as only a souvenir. Well, no. This is a rare find. If you speak with the smithy here, I'm sure he could fashion armor with it. Or at the very least, exchange it for other wares. Be sure to drop by again should you find any other noteworthy materials. Verb! What brings you here, my friend? Already finished feeding? My, would you look at that? It seems they've grown fond of you. Yeah! If you're not opposed, why not take them along with you on your adventures? Yeah! Yippee! You couldn't ask for a better companion. With that settled, I believe it's time I was getting on with my own adventure. Thanks for everything, Shizune. Maybe meet again someday. Gimme! But yeah, I basically realized a lot of my most of not all of my issues with Endwalker, the core cause of them is the fact that it got rushed. And I think there's a little bit of that fun with Dawn Trail too. I liked Dawn Trail. I thought Dawn Trail was a lot better. Funnily enough, like every single one of my complaints about Endwalker, I feel like they must have gotten from other people because it feels like Dawn Trail addresses those complaints specifically in terms of pacing, use of like Final Fantasy references and making them feel organic to the world. The fact that I think that Final Fantasy IX should have been referenced more heavily in an expansion that where like the whole rejoining thing was such a huge theme, because if you played Final Fantasy IX, you kind of know how that was basically the plot of 9 too, with the whole like merging of Terra and Gaia. So also kind of Final Fantasy X references. There probably should have been more of those if they were going to have anima be so important in Endwalker. But yeah, that's the TLDR of it. But I think also somebody on the writing team, maybe it's Yoshi P, maybe it's somebody else, has a really hard time letting go of their darlings, where I feel like there's somebody, maybe it's Yoshi P, who gets really, really excited about, oh, it's the travel agency music from 10? I didn't realize that. But yeah, I think there's somebody who gets really excited about an idea that sounds good on paper, and then it doesn't really work in execution, and they do it anyway. My big example from Endwalker, is I get they wanted to reference the scene of the primals all popping out, like in the 1.0 trailer, but, the issue is the way they executed that with the whole, like, oh yeah, primals, very conveniently, don't temper you if they're summoned right, the right way. which just felt like a convenient 11th hour excuse to make that happen. In Dawn Trail's case, I think the big culprit, honestly, is the fact that it is exactly 100 quests. And my theory is that somebody really liked the idea of the expansion where we finally hit level 100 being exactly 100 quests. And I think it probably needed, like, 10 more quests to fully flesh things out. There's some stuff that's in 7.1 that I think should have been in the base expansion. Well, no, I think Shadowbringers was setting up for something different. Because I think their original plan was to have it be a 3-part finale with 6.0, or 5.0, 6.0, and 7.0. And so, because, like, Shadowbringers kind of does a better job of wrapping things up. Like, Shadowbringers does a better job of wrapping up certain plot points than Endwalker does, in a way, because you have the whole, like, resolving of the whole pirate situation in Limsa. You have us finding a cure for tempering. You have us then using that to make peace with the almost said beast tribes. The allied societies is what they're called now. And so I think 5.0 originally was just supposed to be maybe us trying to prevent the expansion or the final days and Garlemald. And then 7.0 is supposed to be us ending the final days in the whole situation with Meteon. Because then they could have slowed things down, explored certain concepts that point out, and made me go, wow, that's a neat idea! I can't wait to see them flesh that out! Only for them to either drop it or conclude the thing way too fast. Imagine if we had traveled to other places and found out what their lore surrounding what originally was introduced to us as the Heart Bloom was, and eventually we found out was the Elpis Flower. Yeah, it's great, and I'm glad that, like, because they introduced that, like, that's another thing where they set that up way ahead of when they changed things, because that was something that was introduced in, the first lore book, at least, if not earlier, and then put in the first lore book, and that came out in Heavensward, and then it wasn't until, I think, like, Shadowbringers, when people started to call them tribes instead. I do think it's a little weird that the expansion where they decided to change it to allied societies was the same expansion where the allied societies were literally local tribes. But maybe they didn't want to refer to Pelu as beasts. But it wouldn't have been beasts, it would have still just been tribe quests. So, I don't know, the timing is a little weird. I get maybe not wanting to call dwarves that, but, like, we were still calling them beast tribes in Shadowbringers. I also just wish that they hadn't changed the terminology and then changed it again at an expansion later. But yeah, like, I think the bigger issue is that there's somebody on the dev team who isn't willing to, what we call in writing, kill their darlings. Which means, even if there's an idea that you really love and you really want to do, if it doesn't work for the story, you have to cut it out. Just to make a stronger story, and I think that's what they should have done with a lot of stuff, in especially late Endwalker. I have ideas of what I would want to do with Hydaelyn. It would have made things way more tragic, but I do think that they were probably setting up Hydaelyn to be a lot more morally gray at best than she ended up being, and then they punked out. Because we had an entire expansion exploring the nature of light, and, like, the idea that light may not necessarily always be a good thing. And, oh, by the way, Hydaelyn, this big good that you've been, like, working with, is actually a primal. This thing that your organization specifically works to, like, be rid of because they're a threat to humanity and the planet. And then literally nobody in the Scions, the organization that's dedicated to getting rid of protecting people from primals, questions whether anyone in the group or ever has been tempered by Heidelin. And her whole, oh yeah, but not put like a little seal on you thing. That's another one of those things that feels like a convenient excuse because they didn't want to like. Well, here's the thing, because like Emmett Selk straight up says in Shadowbringers that, oh yeah, Zodiark totally tempered everybody who summoned him. So, like, in theory, Heidelin would have tempered the people who were encountering her too. And maybe the meteor or the star shower was supposed to be her way of tempering people. And that's why you could hear her in this massive primal in your brain. A known primal is possessing a person and nobody is concerned? That's not in line with the game's lore as established for like the entire time. And they don't even do it in a way where it subverts it. It just makes it feel like people are being careless all of a sudden. That's fair. I think with the whole like allied society thing, they just could have kept it as well. I can understand from a localization perspective why maybe somebody's like, hey, maybe let's not call them tribes. Maybe it's a maybe that's a problem. Like maybe it's culturally insensitive. I can understand that. I just wish in that case that they had done it from the get-go. Like, I wouldn't be so salty, to be clear, if they hadn't literally changed it to tribal or to tribes last expansion. But yeah. But yeah, so I think things could have been a little less rushed and we could have done more interesting stuff. I've been working on a video essay for Endwalker and like what I would have done differently with it. And man, I hate the fact that the more I'm getting ideas for stuff that they should have brought up. That probably should have, or like that gets brought up in Dawn Trail. That probably should have come up in Endwalker. Like, and if you've done cosmic exploration, you probably know where I'm going with this. But hey, guys, if say hypothetically, a member of the Scions had a sibling who was in the forum, don't you think that's something that should have come up in Endwalker? Even if it was just for that sibling to say, hey, I'm not, like, me being your sibling isn't gonna, like, do you any favors. But maybe they could have taken a more neutral stance compared to you have Monteshane who's allied, like, in favor of our actions, and Fortuna who's acting against us. And then maybe that sibling could have been the neutral party in the middle. For those who haven't done cosmic exploration, Y'shtola's oldest sister is in the forum. I do think that should have come up in Endwalker. Yes, her oldest sister is, which honestly, Y'shtola is so underdeveloped in the game, honestly, and deserves so much more focus. But, like, yeah, she's got, her father was, like, a really well-known, gleaner, who is now dead, by the way. Her younger sister is a rock-munching apprentice, who is now working to live up to his name, and she comes up in the Merchant's Tales quest. And then yeah, she has another sister who, yeah, is the summoner teacher, Ymitra. And then they have their oldest sister, because they're one of, like, there's 12 of them. Y'shtola has 12 sisters, and we didn't meet a single one in Endwalker when we went to the city that she was born in. Or, like, not where she was born in, because I think she was born on or at the colony. But, like, I guess, but, like, the sisters all know each other, so are they all around the world, or does he just have, like, a harem that now doesn't have a husband somewhere? Like, the Y tribe, I think, is somewhere. What? The oldest sister? The Rock Muncher, they mention, a couple of them mention the fact that they're like, that they have 11 sisters. If you do the cosmic exploration quests, oh, right, people may not know if they didn't do a bunch of the quests and they only did the initial ones. In the first zone, if you do like 100, like on the moon zone, if you do 100 turn-ins, or what are they called? Stellar missions, you unlock a series of side quests that you can do. And then fortunately they realized that that was stupid, so they locked it. I think it's stupid in general that they locked it behind anything, but they with the later sections, they locked it behind doing 50 turn-ins. But so yeah, with the oldest sister, she shows up if you do those quests that you unlock from doing 100 on the moon and then 50 in each of the other areas. Yeah. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, and that's my concern and why I'm kind of annoyed that they locked it behind doing stellar missions, because if people don't know that they need to do those turn-ins to unlock quests, they're just gonna speed through things. But yeah, you meet the oldest sister in Cosmic Exploration, and then if you do the Merchant's Tale, which is the Endwalker or Dawn Trail variant dungeon, the sister who is apprenticed to their father is involved in that, and she is in fact a rock muncher. But yeah, and yeah, there are 12 daughters. Apparently, they were like, their mothers are all over the world, but these girls all know each other. Apparently, what I read on the wiki, but I haven't been able to find a source in the game, is that Ymitra might be a twin? Where does that come from? Do you know, Core? Oh, okay, I have the book. I haven't actually sat down and read it. Oh, so maybe that's where it comes from. I was wondering what the source was for Ymitra being a twin. Oh, they didn't know each other until after their dad died. I see. See, Merchant's Tale made it sound like their dad had died recently. Okay. Because, like, they're not, I know most of them aren't close. The reason why Y'shtola and Ymitra are kind of close is because they have interests in common. Okay, the game does not, they need to put more of the information that's in the short stories into the game itself. But yeah, I need to hunker down and read the books because A, I'm behind on the stories that are on the lodestone. And B, I just have not had time to read the books. Okay, but they did all know each other at least. But okay. Because yeah, like Y'shtola and Ymitra are close enough that Y'shtola referred to Ymitra as Mitra, in A Realm Reborn even. Because when she uses flow, thank you for the hydrate. When she uses flow, she says sorry Mitra. Because she knows she's about to do a dump. Core? Actually, I'll DM you about that one later. But yeah, no, I get that. My family's super spread out too. But anyway. No, I just, before anybody freaks out, I zeroed in on that because I'm Jewish. So yeah. Before anybody thinks I'm acting weird. But yeah, anyway. Gosh, it's almost 11 o'clock. I should wrap up. Let's find somebody to raid. I just didn't want it to be like a whole conversation between us on stream when also it's almost 11 o'clock. Oh, Yuzi's streaming. Oh, she's doing first time Savage stuff. Okay, we're raiding Yuzi. Yeah. Oh, am also a secular patrilineal Schrodinger's Jew. If you know, you know. Anyway, yeah, well, we're raiding another VTuber. We're raiding Yuzi, right, that's right, she changed her name. We're raiding Yuzi. What raid is she doing? Hang on. First time Savage raiding. Hi, Cortisol Gaming. They're in like late Arcadian. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to Yuzi. I will be back on Sunday when we too will be starting to raid. From the poll, it looks like we are gonna be doing, unless we get a whole bunch of people voting and changing it at the last minute, it looks like it's gonna be M1 through 5 or N1 through 4. We still need 3 people confirmed for the static. If anybody here is interested in helping out with that, it is gonna be minimum item level, no echo. We either need 3 DPS or we need a tank and, or I'm sorry, we either need a 3 DPS or a tank and 2 DPS. So yeah, let me know in the Discord if you are able to help, or let me know in game. And yeah, anyway, I'm gonna send you guys over to Yuzi. Oh yeah, stream starts at 4:30 Central on Sunday. And yeah, anyway, I am gonna wrap up here, and I will see you guys all on Sunday. Until I see you all again, have a good night, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Bye-bye!